In today's video, I'm going to share about do's and don'ts of microdosing. Tune in. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name's Fola, and here on Deep Mind Squared, we talk all things bridging mental wellness and spirituality for nurses. This video really is about what are some do's and don'ts to microdosing. And when I say microdosing, this can be a wide range of any plant medicine or psychedelic. People microdose all sorts of things from LSD, psilocybin mushrooms to cannabis. So let your mind wander, I guess, around whatever things you would like to. And also know that you don't actually have to take in any substance. You can energetically connect with a plant. And this is something I find really beneficial for people. Before we get into all that, I invite you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're updated on future video releases. And why exactly would you want to microdose? I'm not going to get into that too much here. I have another video on microdosing. You can check that out. Lots of resources online as well, but inform yourself of whether or not this is really the choice for you. I think first off, when it comes to the microdosing, the main thing in terms of the doing is wanting to enter these spaces through intention. I'm all about the conscious plant use. How do we connect to the plant and the psychedelic, and how do we know this is really what's meant for us? So make sure that when you're going to microdose, you set up your routine and you ensure that there is a period within that routine of really consciously intending and connecting to the plant. We can do this through prayer, through a gratitude and appreciation sort of process, just really allowing yourself to connect with the plant. I love holding whatever it is and really connecting myself to the energy and the wisdom of whatever that might be. And know that those insights and things that you're maybe seeking to promote your healing, they're gonna come up even through that simple, just intentional kind of connection. Also, I would encourage you, if you are gonna start microdosing, is to really set an intention on what it is that you'd like to use that weeks period or 4 weeks, 6 week, however long you're planning on doing this for, with an intention of healing. It's not, I think, the most beneficial to do anything without intention. We need to go in with our energy focused, our will and that discipline, and trust that we will start to kind of peel the layers off and get the synchronicities and receive the messages that are needed when we can set that intention. So it's really important to enter the space prior to, allow yourself to sit maybe in meditation, really become aware the week before you start any type of dosing schedule. Hey, what is it that I want to achieve with this? And just trust you'll move your way through that intention. And really great if you have an accountability partner. So I think a guide or someone who you trust, if it's a friend or someone who is facilitating groups, to hold you accountable to those intentions. Another thing I feel it's a great do is to, when you're taking that medicine, to set that 20-minute, 30-minute time to meditate. Reading one book, it's a really great book I think I've mentioned before, about microdosing magic by Tom Hatsis. So amazing. Talks about, taking the dose of whatever it might be and then meditating for a period of time. A lot of things come up during that. So we need to, though, slow down. So make sure you're not going too fast. So let's get into the don'ts, because I feel like these all somewhat overlap with each other. So what should you maybe try your best to not do when you're microdosing? Well, especially as nurses, don't go to work if you're microdosing. I think, like I mentioned in other videos, it's really important that you are aware of your body, aware of your mind, and different people react to microdoses or any plants in different ways. So you need to be very mindful of where you're expected for your day, and don't over stress your body. Don't commit too much to things. You need to create that space. And that's safer for everyone involved, especially if you're a nurse. Another thing I'd like to say is don't go around spouting this off to everyone. There's something really, really potent in holding our healing journey internally. So if you are working through an intention in the present moment, if there's something in that month or 2 month period that you're hoping to kind of dive into, it makes the most sense to just keep it to yourself. Within shamanism, we have this concept of say after different types of medicine work, different journeys or readings. It's like we keep that sort of experience to ourselves for at least a week, 7 days, allowing it to really integrate. When we start to share it out and tell everyone like about, hey, I'm doing this and blah, 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 it like kind of loses the energy of what you're hoping to achieve. Just be mindful who you're sharing it with. You know, again, if you can find a group or a container or maybe a guide facilitator where you can share these things, that's okay. But you don't need to go and tell like every random person that you're interacting with that, hey, I'm microdosing. Another huge thing, in my opinion, is don't overdo it. I have seen people ordering and getting like 250 milligram microdosing pills, like psilocybin. I don't really understand that. I do not think that we need to like go big, go home. Like this is about just energetically engaging with the plant's consciousness. So you don't have to take so much. Why would you like put yourself in a situation where you can't do anything? You like really want to still be aware and present in your body and be able to integrate this information that's coming in. But I mean, whatever, you do you know the dose that works for you. I just think it's really funny. Again, our society's so like, yeah, more is better, but it's not always. And don't overdo it. Don't overtake, like, you know, people I hear will do it for like a whole year, microdosing. It's like, give yourself these breaks, people. There's no need to bombard your body and your energy, because if you've really dived into the intentional use of these plants, there can be some pretty heavy things that come up. And if you're not doing the work in a way that's allowing the space to integrate, then I don't think there's really any point of even taking it. And don't forget to integrate. Integrate, 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 integrate. Give yourself that time after that like dosing schedule of a month or 2 or however long you're planning on doing it, and allow yourself to really sit with the things that have come up. So journaling and engaging in other activities that take care of you can support you with allowing that time in the space so that you can start to embody the learnings from your experience of microdosing. And don't just do this without maybe consulting a health professional, especially if you're on medications. I get people all the time like with, hey, I want to take this, but like I'm on all these medications. It's like, you need to really speak to a physician or someone about what you're on, what's going on for you, and if it's really the best choice. Don't just do it because everyone else is doing it, because that doesn't always mean it's for you. And there are ways I think that you can work with a team that comes from like a harm reduction stance where you can support yourself with microdosing, whatever that plant or psychedelic might be, while being on medications. But you need to find the right like health providers to do that with you, and trust that you will find them. I know there's a lot of stigma around this stuff, so it can be a bit disheartening at times when you want to achieve something or seek something out and you're being told no. So maybe keep searching and trust you'll find someone, but also engage with, hey, is there something here that maybe I'm missing and I'm just trying to do like the microdose because everyone else is doing it? Like, that might not really be the best thing. And as nurses, obviously being mindful how you're communicating this information, because I think I made another video about this just recently. It's really super important you're not like getting yourself into any sort of situation with your work. Again, I think it's important we have this harm reduction standpoint and decrease stigma, but it's also very important we acknowledge like these are a lot of times illegal substances. We have to be careful protecting our license, protecting the people that we're serving in the community or where we work. And also, I think protecting the scope of like being a nurse. But like with anything, I feel nurses are very much at that like leading edge of sometimes you might have to do something that is going to support your patient, and it might not necessarily be the thing that you would have learned in school or how you'd go about it or how you'd engage with like another health professional. We just learn how to intuitively move within spaces and to support people. So I think just trust that. Feel free to leave in the comment section below any of your thoughts. What are your do's and don'ts of microdosing? And if any of this resonates or not with you. And I also appreciate if you like and share this video with anyone that you think might need to hear it today. And until the next video, I will see you all very soon. Bye.